This coaster is insane and you've probably never heard about it. This is Manta SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, an amazing multi-launched coaster constructed by Intamin. In my book, this is the perfect Intamin lounge coaster, from its theming to its near-perfect layout, which is filled with powerful airtime pops. In this coaster review, I will talk about the ride experience, ride's theming, my personal experiences on this coaster, but I will also talk about its flaws, such as the ride operations, which are quite horrendous. Manta is the first thing you'll see when you arrive at SeaWorld Abu Dhabi. It is the park's only outdoor ride. You see, contrary to other SeaWorld parks, SeaWorld Abu Dhabi is located fully indoors with the exception of Manta. From the parking lot, you'll see a heap of weaving tracks going everywhere, and you'll have trouble making out a layout. Manta's entrance is located on a lower level in the park. SeaWorld Abu Dhabi is divided into multiple levels, and Manta can be found at the back of the park on the lowest level. The entrance of the ride is so well themed. It has a classic Manta logo, which you can find on other Manta coasters dotted across the SeaWorld chain. And you have a full-blown stingray tank located right next to the ride's entrance. Talk about presentation. The ride's queue line is also great, although you're most likely not going to wait very long in that queue line, as most Abu Dhabi and at a larger extent Dubai parks are most likely going to be empty. At least that was my experience. So let's talk about the ride experience now. You depart from the station right into the Stingray exhibit, which we previously talked about, but now you can see it from the ride itself. How cool is that? Like, truly, that's amazing. After this, you will wait in the tunnel for a bit before launching into your first lounge. This lounge is not the most intense per se, but it is kinda punchy, especially with the scorching heat that is waiting for you outside. Your first element will be a small twisted top hat, which is really punchy despite its size. One thing that you have to know about this coaster is that the ride is not tall by any means. I would even say that it's the opposite and call it small, but that just shows how the size doesn't define the ride. After the top hat, the coaster will stay low to the ground for a bit, traversing through these little hills that offer some amazing airtime pops. This is also where you'll have your first inversion. A zero-G roll that whips you around the amazing rockwork that you are weaving through, under, around it, and it adds a whole new layer to the ride. After your first inversion, you'll go through some S-bends, which I would call the only dead spot in the ride, although I didn't really mind it because of the intensity of what comes next. After these, you'll glide into your second lounge, which I found to be the best lounge on the ride. The lounge was really punchy, and it forced my head right into the back of my seat. After the second lounge, you'll go into a camelback, which delivered some great sustained ejector airtime. This then leads into a twisted airtime hill, which I thought was the best airtime hill on the ride. This then leads into a cutback, which was so whippy. This is the furthest point from the station in the layout, and from here on out you'll be going back towards the station. The next inversion is a low to the ground hardline roll, which is also incredibly whippy. From the second lounge to this hardline roll is what I would describe as the best part of the ride. The combination of the forces were really diverse, yet they were so amazing. After this segment of the ride, you'll glide into some more airtime pops, which leads into your third and final lounge. Manta then climbs into another great airtime hill, which leads into a stall. This stall was again very whippy and delivered some great hang time, which is again another force the ride features. The rest of the ride consists of small hills that offer some small powerful pops of ejector, which leads into the brake run. According to the park itself, the ride has a total of 17 airtime moments, which is just diabolical for 1,200 meters of track. The ride also feels so much faster than its advertised 78 kilometers an hour, which is honestly not even that fast. Besides those 17 airtime moments, the ride manages to pack 4 inversions. When you think about it, this is just madness. I really think this coaster is on par with rides such as Batman Gotham City Escape and Toutatis. Manta is the best Intamin in the Emirates, beating out its neighboring Flying Aces, which is considerably taller. I really adore this coaster, but of course it isn't just perfect. For one, the operations are a thorn in the eye. They're really slow and they're just imperfect to be planned. The ride operators waited really long to open the gates and the ride ran one train. This isn't particularly a disaster as most of the time the ride remained a walk-on, but I can see it becoming a problem when the park would attract more crowds. The rideability of Manta is also questionable, not because of the ride itself, but rather the climate it resides in. As previously mentioned, outside it can get scorching hot in Abu Dhabi, which makes the ride feel way more intense than it should be. Overall, I would still give Manta a 10 out of 10, as it is a great coaster that packs a punch, has great teaming, and is just really unique. Have you ridden Manta, and what did you think about it? Did you enjoy it, or did you think it was too intense in some places? Or you didn't just like it? Well, let it know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and leave a like, and stay tuned for more coaster adventures in the future. See you later, bye bye.